What if I told you that the most boring, practical, family-hauling station wagon on the road today can pull up next to a Ferrari at a red light and embarrass it? Not a sports car, not a supercar, a wagon. The kind of car your dad drove to pick you up from soccer practice. The kind of car with enough trunk space for a golden retriever and a stroller. The kind of car that absolutely, positively has no business doing 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And yet, here we are. Today, we're counting down 9 station wagons that are genuinely, measurably, embarrassingly faster than supercars that cost 2, 3, even 4 times more. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you're going to want to sell your sports car. Let's get into it. Kicking things off at number 9 with the most Swedish plot twist in automotive history, the Volvo V90 Polestar engineered. Now, let's be clear about what Volvo's brand reputation is. Safe, reliable, sensible. The car that Swedish grandmothers and careful parents have been driving for decades. Volvo has literally built an entire identity around the word safety. So when they decided to partner with Polestar, their performance division, and turn the V90 into a weapon, the world was not prepared. Under the hood, Volvo crammed in a twin-charged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder. That's both turbocharged and supercharged simultaneously. 2 forms of forced induction fighting each other to shove as much power into that little engine as physically possible. Combined with an electric motor on the rear axle, the Polestar-engineered V90 produces 390 horsepower and 472 pound-feet of torque. The result? 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Lamborghini Gallardo, yes, that Lamborghini, the iconic mid-engine Italian exotic that defined an entire generation of supercar obsession, made it to 60 in 4.7 seconds in base form. You are reading that correctly. A Volvo wagon, faster than a Lamborghini Gallardo, from the factory. Top speed is electronically limited to 155 miles per hour, and the whole time there's enough room in the back for a full set of IKEA furniture, because of course there is. It's a Volvo. Number 8, and we're going American muscle, the Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing wagon. Before you say anything, yes, Cadillac made a wagon. And no, it is not subtle about what it can do. The CT5 V Blackwing wagon runs a supercharged 6.2-liter V8, producing a monstrous 668 horsepower. And unlike most modern performance cars that have abandoned the manual transmission entirely, Cadillac had the audacity, the absolute boldness to offer this thing with a 6-speed manual gearbox. A 6-speed manual in a family wagon in 2024. 0 to 60, 3.6 seconds. Quarter mile in the mid-11 second range. Let's put that in supercar context. The Ferrari 488 GTB, one of Ferrari's most celebrated modern performance cars, a dedicated mid-engine sports car built specifically for performance, does 0 to 60 in 3.0 seconds in its standard form. The CT5 V Blackwing wagon is right in that territory, and it has a back seat and a trunk. Top speed is electronically limited to 200 miles per hour. 200 miles per hour in a wagon. America, ladies and gentlemen. At number 7, and we're going BMW Alpina B5 Touring. And if you've never heard of Alpina, let me introduce you to one of the most criminally underrated names in automotive history. Alpina is not BMW's internal performance division, that's M. Alpina is an independent manufacturer that takes BMW platforms and reimagines them with a philosophy centered entirely on effortless, silent, devastating speed. Where BMW M built cars that feel aggressive and purposeful, Alpina builds cars that feel like they're barely trying, even when they're annihilating everything around them. The B5 Touring is powered by a twin-turbocharged 4.4-liter V8, producing 621 horsepower and earth-moving 590 pound-feet of torque. It hits 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and continues all the way to an electronically limited top speed of 205 miles per hour. For context on how obscene that top speed figure is, the original Dodge Viper SRT-10, one of America's most notorious and terrifying American supercars ever built, topped out at around 185 miles per hour. The Alpina B5 Touring, a long-roof 4-door family hauler, is faster in a straight line. And the kicker? Alpina tunes the suspension for supreme comfort. This thing rides like a luxury sedan. You'll be doing 150 miles per hour and your passengers will be completely relaxed. Number 6, and we're on to Audi RS4 Avant, the entry point into Audi's RS wagon lineup, and arguably the one that makes the least sense to own because it makes the most sense to own. This is the compact RS wagon, the practical one. It fits in parking garages. It doesn't scream. It doesn't make a scene. From the outside to an untrained eye, it looks like a regular A4 wagon with a slightly wider fenders and some subtle badging. That's it. Inside that unassuming body lives a twin-turbocharged 2.9-liter V6 producing 450 horsepower. Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system puts every single one of those horses to the road simultaneously, and the result is 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Here's your supercar comparison. The Ferrari 348, one of the most iconic Ferraris of the early 1990s, a genuine poster car for an entire generation, hit 60 miles per hour in approximately 5.6 seconds in period testing. The RS4 Avant beats it by nearly 2 full seconds. The Ferrari costs multiples more and requires exotic maintenance and specialist knowledge to keep alive. The Audi gets serviced at your local dealer and comes with a manufacturer warranty. Top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour, optionable up to 174 miles per hour with the RS Dynamic package. It also has enough trunk space for a week's worth of groceries. The Ferrari does not. Halfway through the list, and we're entering a different level of absurdity with the Mercedes-AMG E63S wagon. There are fast wagons, and then there's this. The AMG E63S wagon is what happens when the engineers at AMG decide that physics are more of a guideline than a rule. Under the hood sits AMG's hand-built 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8, each engine assembled by a single technician who signs their name to it, producing 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system has a drift mode. A drift mode on a family wagon. You can turn the traction control off and just slide a station wagon around a corner. Mercedes put that in there on purpose. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. Supercar comparison time. The Ferrari 438, one of the most beautiful, most beloved, most celebrated Ferraris ever produced, managed 0 to 60 in approximately 4.7 seconds when it was launched in the mid-1990s. The AMG E63S wagon is a full 1.4 seconds faster. It is quicker than what at the time was considered a genuine supercar benchmark. Top speed? 186 miles per hour, which Daimler will raise to 205 miles per hour if you tick the right option box. You can fit a family of 5, a set of golf clubs, and a dog crate in the back, and then humiliate Ferraris. Number 4, and this is where we start getting into numbers that feel genuinely fictional, the Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo Turbo SE Hybrid. Say that 5 times fast. Actually, don't bother. Just go look at the specs, because they will make your jaw drop. The Panamera Sport Turismo is Porsche's wagon body style on the Panamera platform. The Turbo SE Hybrid version combines a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 with a plug-in electric motor for a combined system output of 690 horsepower and 642 pound-feet of torque. Available instantly, simultaneously, all at once the moment you touch the accelerator. 0 to 60, 3.2 seconds. In a 5-passenger, practical enough for school run estate car. For supercar context, the McLaren 570S, McLaren's entry-level supercar, a dedicated 2-seat mid-engine sports car built specifically for performance, hit 60 miles per hour in approximately 3.1 seconds. The Panamera Sport Turismo Turbo SE Hybrid is within 1/10 of a second of a purpose-built McLaren supercar, while carrying 4 adult passengers and their luggage. Top speed is 196 miles per hour. It also qualifies for electric vehicle incentives in certain markets because it has a plug. The McLaren does not have a plug. At number 3, and this is a car so rare and so visually stunning that most people don't even know it exists, the Mercedes-AMG Class C shooting brake. The shooting brake is a body style that sits somewhere between a coupe, a sedan, and a wagon. A long sweeping roofline that extends over a rakish fastback with a proper hatchback opening. Mercedes only sold this generation in select markets, making it genuinely rare on public roads. The AMG version was powered by a hand-built 5.5-liter twin-turbocharged V8, producing 549 horsepower in its most potent configuration, with a 7-speed AMG speed-shift transmission and all-wheel drive. 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds. And more relevantly, the car had a top speed of 186 miles per hour, which felt borderline irresponsible given how elegant and understated the exterior design is. Supercar comparison? The Dodge Viper SRT10, America's answer to every European sports car ever made, ran 0 to 60 in approximately 4.1 seconds with its enormous naturally aspirated V10 and zero driver assistance. The CLS shooting brake in full touring luxury configuration with proper rear seats and a useful cargo area is within fractions of a second of raw Viper performance, and it has air conditioning that actually works and a stereo system worth listening to. The CLS shooting brake is what automotive design looks like when an entire team of engineers decides to make something beautiful and devastating simultaneously. Number 2. The runner-up position belongs to the car that has spent the better part of 2 decades being the definitive answer to the question, what is the fastest practical vehicle money can buy? The Audi RS6 Avant. In its current generation, the RS6 Avant runs a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, producing 621 horsepower in standard form, with the RS6 Performance variant pushing that to 630 horsepower. Quattro all-wheel drive, 8-speed automatic, adaptive air suspension. 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds in standard form, 3.4 seconds in performance trim. Top speed, up to 190 miles per hour with the dynamic package. Now, supercar comparison, and this one is personal. The Lamborghini Huracan, the current generation entry-level Lamborghini, the successor to the Gallardo, one of the most visceral and exciting naturally aspirated supercars in production, goes 0 to 60 in approximately 3.2 seconds. The RS6 Avant Performance is within 0.2 of that time. 0.2 of a second separates a family wagon with 5 seats, a massive cargo hold, and adjustable air suspension that makes it perfectly comfortable for a 3-hour motorway cruise from a Lamborghini that seats 2 people, cannot see over speed bumps, and will require exotic maintenance at a specialist dealer. The RS6 Avant also won multiple awards for being one of the finest all-around cars in the world. Not fastest wagons, not fastest cars in a certain price range, one of the finest cars, full stop. And at number 1, the car that doesn't just compete with supercars, the car that is by every measurable metric simply a supercar with a roof extension bolted on the back. The BMW M5 Touring. For over 30 decades, the M5 existed only as a sedan. BMW refused to make an M5 wagon. It was a standing joke among enthusiasts. BMW would tease it, fans would beg for it, and BMW would ultimately say no. Until now. The current M5 Touring is a plug-in hybrid monster, a twin-turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 paired with an electric motor producing a combined 717 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque. 4-wheel steering, active differential, adaptive M suspension, X-Drive all-wheel drive, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds in standard mode. With launch control activated and every system working in perfect synchronization, 2.9 seconds. Under 3 seconds in a station wagon. For context on how obscene that number is, the McLaren F1, the iconic, legendary 3-seat carbon fiber Gordon Murray-designed McLaren F1, for years considered the greatest driver's car ever built and one of the fastest production cars in history, hit 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds when it was launched. The BMW M5 Touring is faster than a McLaren F1. Top speed, with the M Drivers package, is electronically limited to 189 miles per hour. It carries 5 adults in genuine luxury. It has a panoramic sunroof, it has BMW's latest iDrive infotainment system, and it has enough trunk space to be genuinely useful for a family holiday. And it is faster than a McLaren F1. So, there you have it, 9 station wagons that will embarrass supercars on the road, in the data, and in your driveway. The boring family car is dead. What replaced it is something far more dangerous, a wolf in the most sensible, practical, rational clothing imaginable. If you want to see 9 more cars that are secretly hiding supercar performance under boring exteriors, that video is right up there. And if any of these wagons belong in your garage, let me know in the comments which one you're taking home. I'll see you in the next one.